audio transmission. We are going out into the yonder wide world of the interwebs. If I can get a confirmation that people can actually hear me and can hear each other talk while Jim dances on camera. Lots of people just... Oh yeah, the loading of stuff. Yep. Testing. Trying to see what we can do with different words and various, tones and rates of speech and how we can talk really fast and then slow down.
Alright, I think we're good.
We're good, he says. Wonderful. Alright. And with that... Hello guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome to another episode of Mike's campaign of Sugoi Sauce. And I'm going to Japan relatively soon. I am your host, Mike, aka the DM. Hello again. We are in episode 52 of Emre. As always, we have our intrepid group of adventurers. We have Babbage, Jim, our gnome tinker there on the bottom left. We have you, Jeff, our furblog druid, fishing, I think. I need to work on
Thornwhip.
Thornwhip, of course. I need to work on my... I can't even think of the name of the game where you actually need to pantomime things.
Great.
There we go, my charade skills. Good gracious.
You have to play charades to get us to guess the word charade.
Kaden and Store Blessed, Zach, our high elf monk. The guy who goes punchy punchy. And I suppose kicky kicky, elbow elbowy, knee knee. I could somehow imagine him using his earlobe to do an attack. He's that skilled.
Whatever I've got available.
Blessed Bellarmine, or the Deacon Sylvia, our human knowledge cleric. When, with a very, very solemn salute, when we last left our intrepid adventurers, they were captured. Dun dun. Mostly as a result of what I will call a gentle TPK. Basically, they tried to take on a very, very large amount of baddies in their home turf. It ended poorly while trying to save a friend of theirs who unfortunately did not survive. And they were since paraded through basically a town of people who were very upset with them, or at least some of them were conscious of this. A lot of them were unconscious because they had been trying to escape and had been knocked unconscious. Dragged through a desert, then dragged through a town, then dragged presumably underground through lots of different caverns and noises and metal clanking sounds, and then found themselves here in this underground space where they are all in separate rooms that aren't necessarily cells, at least not for all of them. And when we last saw them, they were all either asleep or put to sleep.
You will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep.
Yeah, they either went to sleep or they were put to sleep. With that, we will go around the room, starting with Babbage waking up. For the purposes of this, I will just... You all have a long rest, but I'm not going to... You have no more than half your hit points at the moment because it wasn't the most restful sleep. But I will say, for the sake of argument, I don't know why I'm struggling over words that don't even make sense. You all have completed a long rest, which gives you all of your normal benefits of spell slots, your different resources you have in your respective classes, and a level of exhaustion that has been removed from what you already had. I think everybody had 2, except for Bellarmine, who had 3. Babbage, you awaken and notice a piece of paper on the floor in the middle of the room. As soon as I get it to you.
I inspect the piece of paper.
It looks like it's a page that was ripped out of a journal.
Oh. Well, would you look at that? Ah, the ancient dialect of Wingding.
If only.
Okay. I will, where could it have come from?
I will let you ponder that for a moment.
Flip it over.
as I try to figure out what's going on with my audio. Stand by. Oh. Wait, what? Testing.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Go like this, Mike. Yeah, it's not that.
Huh. Okay. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Well, the DM tries to figure out why his audio is being dumb.
It doesn't sound bad. It just sounded different.
Was that better?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. I don't know why my voice mod decided to switch inputs. Okay. That should work. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Apologies, Internet. All right. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Okay, my chewing's not coming across. That's good. All right,
Much
so
better.
Babbage is going to churn on that for a bit. Going around you. You wake up with your. I mean, you basically wake up. It looks like someone has relit a torch and put it in the sconce down here to your, while you were out. But otherwise, you are in the room with, well, where you were when you went to sleep, basically. I know you had last time tried to use a torch.
No, we nixed that because it was just a wooden torch,
Yeah,
no
just a
metal.
wooden torch. Also,
So
Babbage.
I basically just went to sleep.
Yeah, Babbage, as I recall, last time you had tried to rig up something using the porcelain cup, as I recall, and like hit it in your underwear or something along those lines. That's right. You had taken the cup and tried to do something with it. I can't remember, but either way, you were put to sleep, and when you wake up, it's gone. Okay. Any actions for you, Jeff?
Tidy up a bit as best I can. Try to take a piece of charcoal from the torch to recreate the constellations as I think they would appear, and pray for guidance.
Are you casting
No,
guidance? Okay.
praying for guidance, not cantripping.
Okay. Oh, you do all still have those manacles on with the little red gem, as a friendly reminder. That is, that you have discovered is negating your spellcasting abilities. You do have your spell slots back, though. Katadin.
Yeah, do I have any fun things that I find or differences that I see?
No.
Am I aware that they have found items?
Let's see.
I don't think anybody said anything.
No. I mean, you're still. I mean, your attempt to sleep on the bed was, I mean, very sort of pitiful, uncomfortable.
Not ideal, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's wooden. You're like, you can't fully stretch out because of the manacles and
Sounds very
the metal
uncomfortable.
around your legs. So your flexibility is severely limited. But you do feel less terrible than when you woke up initially, but back in the prison wagon.
Can I try to slip these bonds?
I mean, they're pretty.
They're tight on there.
I mean, there's like a solid piece of metal that's between your two wrists with that gem in the middle of it.
I mean, you've heard banging coming down the hall from this direction, where you then saw one of the other baddies sort of come in and check on Bellarmine, who you could hear down the hall. So you know he's in this direction. What can you see right now? Yeah, you can see me ping, yeah?
I can do it again. Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We'll zoom down the wrong spot. Yeah, then I'm just going to. All right, so if I have half my hit points, I'm just going to go back and begin to meditate again
Okay.
to try to
Fair
get the
enough.
rest of it back.
Bellarmine.
If I use the ghost step tattoo and pass through a wall, will the manacles stay behind? Well, I know that.
You don't know.
It's worth a try.
I know somebody already tried this once. I think may have been when you guys were all in the prison wagon. Someone had already tried to use their tattoo, and the gem had negated it as well. So
There's no material with the gem. With the ghost step tattoo.
No. I mean, the gem seems to be able to negate all the magic that comes from you, no matter how you go about casting it. All I meant was when I was talking about material component spellcasting focuses earlier. If you didn't have the gem blocking your magic, you still wouldn't be able to cast spells with a material component without your holy symbol.
Well, I carefully inspect the entire interior of the cell, and I get the sneaking suspicion that the red lady might be on our side.
Okay. Pardon me one moment. Yes, you can get a hug. All right, come here. All right. You guys are up late. All right, I've got to focus on this. Good night. I'm genuinely curious where your brain is going with this, but I'm not gonna poke further. You're able to what? Sorry.
I'm able to see something in the cell, like a door or something that it sounds like it's workable or touchable. The arrow turns into a hand.
Oh yeah, that's a So that would be. I think if you click on it, something comes up that says, well, it's a locked. It's a window that you could theoretically manipulate, but it's at least in the layer of the game. But that's just my way of being able to let you see through it while also preventing you from being able to move through it. So that's essentially a door that you could manipulate.
But it's non-manipulatable at the moment?
It is locked, yes.
So I'm looking through, I'm inspecting the entire interior. Do I find something interesting?
Roll an investigation. 12. I mean, you have your two beds that are, again, just the wooden planks that are hanging, that are basically suspended off the wall with a hinge, and then the chains that are hanging down basically at both ends, making it. You do notice that one of the bolts on the chain for the bed against the south wall, the bolt specifically holding the chain to the bed plank that's sort of suspending and hanging off of it, does look like it's loose and manipulatable, if that makes sense.
I try to take the bolt apart carefully so it doesn't make a lot of noise.
Sleight of hand roll.
Yeah, if I can find it.
It's on the bottom of the list. Okay, yeah, you managed to get the bolt undone. The bench now with the chain sort of detached hangs loosely, and now the bed itself Actually, no, it's still got the hinge. Yeah, no, the bed itself actually looks still in place, but the chain that it was attached to, that's along basically back here on the corner, the furthest from the jail cell door, is now just hanging loosely.
When I look up, do I see anything?
The roof slopes, sort of like a dome that then goes into the door. But beyond that, it just seems to be carved out stone.
I climb up the chain and go out of the roof, whereas it slopes.
Oh no! I mean, like, there's no. I mean, it's a ceiling. I said roof. I should have said ceiling. I mean, like, there's the chain itself. The chain itself is only.
Does the chain have
2,
2
3 feet.
points, and can it be removed to be made into some sort of a weapon, like a
When you
nunchuck or
go
something?
to try to take the bolt that's holding the rest of the chain onto the wall itself is rusted to the point where it's not. You can't get at least with your hands, you can't seem to manage to get the thing to come undone. Well, actually, roll a roll athletics. DC, we'll call it a 15.
Athletics.
Yeah, the bolt is just so rusted at the top end that you can't seem to get, at least not with your hands as is, you can't seem to get.
But I have one bolt in my hand, right?
You do, yes.
So I place the bolt against the stone, and then I hammer it as hard as I can into the wall, so the bolt is jamming into the stone like a punch.
I mean, ow, but okay.
See if I can crack the stone or the housing.
I mean, yeah. Roll another athletics.
I can find it. There it is.
Despite your best efforts, the housing does not budge, but it does make a noise that attracts the attention of our 2 people in the hallway here. Oi!
So I scratch my.
Yeah, your hand's kind of beat up at this point.
I scratch my head and say, I just tripped.
Roll a persuasion, please. Right, what you got in your hand there? Wait, no, hold on. What was his accent? Back up. Aye.
Nothing, because the bolt is tucked under the board that's now kind of on the ground, and I say nothing, and I just show him my hands.
I suppose I would see the scratch, but
Yeah, but I'm all beat up.
Aye.
I'm all beat up from them anyway.
That's, you know what? That's fair. Keep an eye on you. You big. Why are we even keeping you guys in these cells? I'm getting frustrated with this. And he goes into this room and closes the door. The other individual just sort of keeps eyeing you for a couple minutes. Babbage, you're whistling nonstop. Or humming. And muted, apparently. No audio.
Sorry. Back.
Audio back.
Too many mute buttons. I was saying that, yeah, I'm sitting in the middle of the floor looking at this piece of paper, and while trying to recognize any kind of pattern in it, it just kind of, my eyes unfocused and fuzzed over, and I've just been humming the first 9 notes of the song. That's all I can remember. I'm losing my mind slowly, slipping into insanity.
Okay.
How long have we been in these cells? 2, 3 years? It's been 3 hours, Babbage.
You do zone back in, and you're forced to sort of zone back in because as you're staring at this piece of paper, perplexed, you do hear what sounds like arguing on the other side of the door.
Oh. Something to pay attention to. I will immediately do my best to get my ear to the door or listen as best as possible. Perceive, if you will.
Well, here, roll a perception.
So glad you asked.
Wait, why? Oh, apparently you're rolling a disadvantage for some reason. But okay.
Was that exhaustion? Maybe I don't have that anymore.
What is this? Yeah, maybe. Because you just have one level. At
I
this
took the
point?
disadvantage off already.
Fine.
Yeah, level 1 disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay, so yeah, everybody should be having disadvantage on all your ability checks still. Okay. All right, so 21. So I'm not going to try to roleplay this, even though I should, but because I can't. The DM's brain's just not wrapped around the right voices at the moment.
Yeah, don't ruin our continuity.
I mean, let me see. I mean, it's mostly muffled, but you're getting bits and pieces of why is it that we don't? Why is it that we're keeping them here when we can just be bringing them down to the old? We should be bringing them to the altar. That is the original plan, yes. Hold on. Nope. Where's? There we go. The fire has the magical items, right? Yes, he's bringing them all the way back to the mine. But that's neither here nor there. Like, what do you mean it's neither here nor there? It's exactly what we've been trying to hunt these guys down for, and what we've been hunting for the last, 4 months now? Yes. We're dealing with that. We're going to be able to do the summonings as we want. But why are we being forced to bring the... Leave that to me. You do trust me, don't you? I would... Yes, ma'am. You don't want to know... You remember what happened to Sven? I do remember what happened to Sven. Yes, all right. Just trying my patience, woman. Here, clink, door close. Bellarmine, you see the seemingly frustrated Tabaxi walk down the hallway and depart. With that, Babbage, you actually hear a knock on your door.
Someone's in here.
Back away from the door, Tinker.
Sorry, I'm not decent.
At that, the door opens.
I jovially do the cartoon. Ah! I've lost all semblance of decorum at this point.
I mean, you're wearing a rag. You're not completely naked.
I know that. I'm acting for my own entertainment because Babbage is losing his mind.
After 3 hours.
I've always got something to do or something to tinker or fidget with. They've taken everything away from me. I'm not doing well.
So, the woman walks in, closes the door behind her, and motions you to sit on one of the beds.
I say, we call that a bed.
What did you think of the gift I left you?
It was kind of stale, but it'll do the job and sustain me for as long as I need to stay here.
Where's the paper? She goes and picks the paper up off the ground.
Yeah, it's clearly there.
So you weren't able to make any sense of this.
Oh, no. Maybe if I had some context. Best I can tell, it's a bunch of characters and a foreign script that I've not seen before. Babbage says aloud while thinking, has he seen this before?
No, he has not.
Okay.
At that, she just sort of like sighs, like.
But whenever deciphering a new language, it's important to have context. If we're going to find any pattern recognition, knowing what this document might be referring to would be quite helpful. Is there any information you can provide?
Wait, you don't recognize this? She realizes as the DM puts 2 and 2 together. I took this off of your person. This is from the journal that you guys found. This is from Old Or's journal.
Pause. Out of character.
Yep.
Mike?
Yes.
I recognize not only nothing about the script, but I recognize nothing about the physicality of the page.
Well, you tell me, because, well, no, let me. This is. So
if memory serves,
yes,
the first handout of the journal you provided to us had rips in some of parts of the pages and bloodstains and circles and arrows. You're saying none of that markup beyond the original
That
writing?
is an entirely different document.
Oh, okay. What document are we talking about then?
So when you guys were in Strongmont, you remember you had a lot of fun in a library with some like flying books and a puzzle and trying to find a bunch of books and then getting into a secret like building in the top, or just a secret room in the top right corner of the map.
You're talking about the Old Or's concept, the mana battery and all that stuff?
No, there was a journal that was the concept. Where did you the battery and that stuff you found?
There's been so many.
I know.
Was that the one with the books had to be put in the
We've
right
been
order?
playing this campaign for a very long time.
So
Strongmont had pictures. The journal had the Friends of Ella in the 8 pages.
Yes, there was the Friends of Ella in the 8 pages. Strongmont had the pictures, but then hold on, my brain's got to go.
Oh, the library riddle? The Huey hexadecimal system?
Yes, that was in Stone Grove.
Yeah. So we had a bunch of library riddles.
Yeah, you had a bunch of library riddles, and then you found Uldor's notes. Like, you found a booklet of his in there, and then you never opened it.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
Well, it was I suppose that should be the DM's fault a little bit, because like you guys found this thing, and you're like, cool, we found it, and I think we ended the session, and then you never opened the book.
In my pocket.
Like you guys had it.
I don't see it as a handout. I don't see it in my inventory.
Well, no, because you never
like
your character. You're just like, all right, I've got it. I throw it in my bag, and like that was the end of it. Like you never investigated it or anything. I went back and looked at the video and checked. I was like, they never. What? Why don't you? Nope, nobody's gonna open this thing. Okay.
I didn't even because I'm pretty diligent about writing things on my character sheet when we pick out important things. I have no knowledge of this interaction.
Well, okay.
But okay.
Well,
so be it.
All right, where are the characters? I've gone off and jumped to the maps. Okay. All right. Be that as it may.
So I guess the question is, though Jim forgot this thing existed, would Babbage recognize it in any way?
I mean, like I said, Babbage never technically looked at the book, but
okay. And it was on Babbage's person?
Yes. But if it wasn't in your inventory, maybe I'll have to go back and see who actually had it. But
yeah, I don't know.
Either way,
I don't like it.
So
important MacGuffin forgotten by character doesn't sound like anything Babbage would have ever done.
I suppose that's fair. Be that as it may, you would have found a cipher in the book. But so either way, so in frustration, she goes out of the room, comes back in with a whole journal, or a whole book, or a small journal, and flips through like 7 or 8 pages of very similar looking script. So, to which she says, it's some kind of cipher for Uldor. And all I know is he was very big on the 8 schools of magic.
Oh yes, Uldor. Now I'm reminded of what we're talking about. You see, I've been quite mistreated and imprisoned for some time, so my brain's a bit befuddled.
So,
Well, let's bring. I love a good puzzle. Bring it all in here. Let's cipher it together.
I mean, with that, I mean, she puts it down on the ground, or she puts it down in front of you and says, "I can't be in here for long. I'll leave this to you."
Well, leave it with me.
And she steps out and closes the door.
I start like dancing and laying papers out and doing the D&D version of the Reservoir Dogs stuck in the middle with you dance with the knife, but like with papers and deciphering the puzzle. Yeah. Oh, great. My brain is occupied. I feel so much less anxiety, and I'm ready to dive into a mystery.
Well, so you have that context with the page that I've given you. I mean, if you.
Oh, I thought she left me with all the other pages.
She did. I didn't make them. I suppose I can if you give me a minute or two. Actually, hold on. What I don't want to do.
This is a mystery. This is a mystery to be solved within plot, not for Jim to actually put his mind to.
Oh no, it was my intent for you to put your mind to this. Actually, let me do this. Actually, she peeks her head back in the door. No.
Yeah.
Nope, she doesn't.
Just kidding.
Instead, what she does is walks out here. Bellarmine, is it? Ah. The DM's having technical difficulties again. Does Bellarmine respond to this or no?
What?
Sorry. The woman comes out. You're one of those
So
knowledge clerics, yes?
I walk up to the door as close as I can get to the door, and as quietly as I can, I say, "Why are you helping us?"
At that, she's kind of taken aback. But then, like, looks around. This guy just actually seems to like want to gives her a lot of space. What makes you think I'm helping you?
I get that impression. I'm not ignorant to some of the things that you've done that appears to be helpful.
She's genuinely perplexed by this.
I just want to eat you.
And simply says, I have my reasons. That will be revealed when they can be. In the meantime, I have set one of your friends on a task that perhaps you can help with. And she proceeds to slip. Actually, we're just going to do this. She proceeds to slip a piece of parchment that appears to be like a rough copy of this, but it's a piece of paper that she slips you and says, I came from a journal of a very powerful mage by the name of Uldor, I believe you know, who was very focused on the 8 circles, or the 8 schools of magic. If you're able to help me make sense of it, I can make it worth your while. And with that, she walks away. Notices the monk meditating. Drops a piece of paper on the bottom of his cell.
The monk.
I don't know if it's up to Zach whether or not he even noticed. And then you,
yeah, I definitely did.
and then you
I-
has a piece of paper that's slipped under his door that is of the same.
Oh my.
Yeah, so you can all see this thing.
We're all looking at the same thing. Is that what you're saying?
You technically don't know that, but yes.
So at this intrusion into my meditation, I approach the bars. Can I see out of the bars? Like, can I stick my head through? Is it
Oh,
wide enough?
crud.
Or
I closed the darn handout. I don't know where to open it back up from.
Is it back now?
Yeah, where can I find it in the journal? Okay, I just wanted to see where it was in the journal. Found
It's on the
it.
top of plot items.
I found it.
would I be able to or hear if there's any guards nearby at this time?
Not that you're aware of, no.
Hey guys, do you guys get something?
The only person that
Yes.
can hear that is Bellarmine.
Bellarmine, did you get a piece of paper? I got a piece of paper here.
Yeah. Yeah, an indescript diagram of lines and various marks that does not seem to have a key.
Dots and diagonal pixely lines, correct?
Yep, more or less.
All right.
I apologize for the
So-
pixelated nature of this font. I did not have a lot of time to slap this cipher together.
No, oh, I just thought that's what it looked like. I think it's perfectly valid.
I'm looking at it from different angles, but I don't see the pattern quite yet.
I see the pattern.
Pattern, perhaps a substitution cipher. Let's just confirm that we have a similar paper. The last two symbols on the page at the bottom right hand side, are they a lower? Can I use? Well, you know what? It would be an underscore and an exclamation mark.
Yeah, that's identical.
Okay. So perhaps we can work on this cipher. Perhaps a simple substitution. We can find the most commonly used symbol.
Babbage, you think you have it figured out already?
No, I haven't translated it, but I
The most commonly used symbol is the underscore, I think.
Mm,
That would be correct.
yes. That is correct. Perhaps we can consider the underscore
Letter A.
space. Oh, a letter. Right, and then what would be in common? The most commonly used letter would be E.
Possibly.
Yeah.
If
Perhaps the E could be the right diagonal with 3 dots above, 2 dots below, and a plus at the bottom left. No, wait, the only one that can hear me is Babbage, is that correct?
Bellarmine.
Bellarmine.
Bellarmine can hear me. Okay. Bellarmine, can you hear Babbage or you?
I don't know if Babbage can hear me. Hey, Babbage, can you hear me?
He cannot.
Okay.
How
So
about
I
the
think it's-
Furblog? Can you hear me?
Jeff, the woman walks. You hear the door unclick and then open, and then this woman walks in.
Walks in to whom? I don't see anything.
The furblund.
Jeff.
I see.
Did I even notice that the paper got slipped under the door while I was drawing my star charts?
Yes.
Oh,
if you haven't spent any time looking at it,
no, I've been looking at it, but how much time has elapsed since the paper arrived and she walked in?
10 minutes.
Okay, so you abhors paper,
Oh,
dead tree skin, but
that's fair.
also surmises that after a lot of sensory
Paper.
deprivation, this can't be nothing. It's not a tortuous red herring on the behalf of the DM. So,
That would be so mean.
so immediately, not being able to decipher it and not being of the scholarly ilk, you will take the charcoal that he was previously using. First of all, look very closely at the paper. What are the markings made of? Is it ink or is it some other
No, it's
medium?
ink.
Okay, good. So then he takes the charcoal and lightly brushes over the surface of the paper to mask the markings as much as possible. Hoping
Okay.
and praying that Babbage has a way to remove soot from paper without damaging the ink beneath it. And then tucks that into, I don't know, the folds of his fur.
Wait, so you're trying to hide the paper right now?
If you're in prison and someone slips something under the door, are you just gonna sit there like, whoa? What?
That's fair. Okay. All right. So the woman walks in.
She sees knobby, 7 feet, 8-inch tall knees, if you will,
Yep.
rocking back and forth. Completely cut off from anything natural in this underground cell. Can't see the sky, can't hear the birds, can't smell anything. She's
So
trying
she
to.
goes, seeing you're in a not pleasant state, she goes and like tries to grab your chains to stand you up.
Hey,
Do I
Mike.
recognize her? Have I seen her before?
Yes, you have seen her before. Yes.
Real quick question.
Yep.
On this image, at the very, very start, there's a super thin vertical line. Is that the
Yeah, you can
cursor for Microsoft Word?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is the cursor for Microsoft Word. You can ignore that.
So we can ignore that.
Yes. The comma is in fact a comma. The exclamation point is in fact an exclamation point.
The periods are periods.
The periods are periods.
That's what I
yes.
thought.
That is as much as I'll give you. Okay.
Well, that was the one thing that I'd already figured out. The punctuation
Dots.
was punctuation.
Dots are dots. Yay.
But that helps because there aren't a lot of words that start with a single character and an apostrophe. Except one that I'm aware of.
So, my
Hold
thoughts
on.
on that, though.
So the woman's, you recognize the woman, your first interaction with her was when you guys, way back when, you traded a fake, I believe, copy, or you tried to trade a fake copy of the sword you found, because River had been abducted.
Again.
That was the first time. The DM tends to use hostages to move plots along. He's noticing now. So the first time you did the hostage swap, basically, she casts Force Cage on the group of you to hold you all in place while she
Right.
left. I don't think, and then she was at the. Actually, she was the one that you guys dropped pretty quickly at the fight in the desert. It was like the one baddie you guys were able to drop before everything went bad. So with that, she like picks you up, and assuming you're not fighting, unless you're doing something to respond to this, she'll drag.
No, I'm muttering, You or you? You's on first. No, who? No, who's in the sky? You? Just,
Oh, he should be. Um,
just some, I don't know, off-brand Abbott and Costello.
she brings you over here, there are like you feel like some moisture in the air and mist, and there are in fact plants that seem to be growing underground here.
Try to reach for a plant to touch it.
I mean, you're manacled, but you can. At which point, this guy walks up. I don't know, you would notice or not. She gives a very scolding stare and he backs off and wanders this way. Yeah, lets you enjoy the nature for a minute, and then proceeds to bring you along this way. And then has you.
I need a couple of minutes.
Okay. You see Babbage poring over what looks like another piece of paper very similar to the one you were slipped.
Bellarmine, right?
Or sorry, Bellarmine. Yes, thank you.
So I can see through the door.
Yeah, like that's Bellarmine there. She brings you in here, and basically, actually no, she'll stand here. Hold on. There we go. What can you see? Okay. With that, she walks over. Babbage, your door is opened again.
Ah,
And she says, "Don't try anything funny," and then walks away and leaves the door open for you, Babbage.
oh, hello, you.
I'll make this very simple. You can help me solve this riddle, and I can help you won't get out of here.
Sorry, we can help you solve this riddle. You can help. We won't get out of here. What?
You help me figure out the cipher, and I will help you all get out of here.
Will help us all get out of here. Gotcha. So you were going to get me all the other pages and stuff for context?
Oh. Stand by while the DM actually does that. You want everything.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way that I could give you all of this without dropping it in a Word document where you could just change the font.
Do you have Discord minimized?
Oh, I probably do. Is it back? Did we lose?
Yeah, it's back.
Okay. All right. Oh, maybe I can. Maybe that's what I can do. Stand by.
Why don't you just take screenshots and create visual handouts of the different documents?
That is what I'm going to do. All right. I don't know if this is really going to help. We'll try. So she's given you freedom to basically communicate with amongst each other, is what is currently happening.
That's
Although
helpful.
she is standing and watching over all of you.
Okay. So Babbage, I take it that you have this as well.
Who's this guy?
I mean, you can hear him down the hall to your right, but like left on the map.
Who's this guy? Is it?
Oh, hold on. Stand by. I wasn't looking at Roll20 because I'm trying to do things. Which guy? Oh, that door should be shut. Meh. Gracious. Okay.
Oh, all right. Well, you were all right here.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Gotta be honest, I thought you were all dead. I assumed they were keeping me alive for some grand
Fortunately,
purpose,
you
but
were.
you were all murdered.
All right. So as we
You
work
guys
on
all
this
have the
base
same
together,
thing?
apparently we do, and I've been working on it.
Interesting.
It looks like she gave you a ripped out copy, Babbage, but everybody else looks like she gave she made a copy and gave to everybody else.
Fair. I have a theory. I believe the symbols on the page that match the punctuation used in typical common writing are, in fact, still those same punctuation symbols.
Yeah, very good, very good. And I have a couple theories as well. I believe the first word is I'm.
Mhm.
I tend to agree.
Mm.
Okay, so that gives us
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Second word, yes.
A little bit,
Second-
yes.
Yeah.
Second word I was considering to be an.
So you're thinking the underscores are spaces.
I am considering
Yes.
underscores as being spaces.
Punctuation is punctuation. Underscores are spaces.
Well, if that's true, and it's I'm an, what would the third word possibly be contextually?
M something. I'm an M. What's a two-letter word that starts with M?
Well, if it's I'm an, it would assume that the next word starts with a vowel. Otherwise, it would be I'm a. Assuming the author used proper grammar and the grammar rules of whatever language he wrote this in match those of common.
Then what's a two? Okay, so then an can be knocked out for now.
Could be I'm in, could be I'm on,
Or I'm at.
I'm at.
In or on or at. Okay, so then that second word, third word. would be
I'm at my wit's end. Is the first sentence of this puzzle.
Wait. So then we're considering 3 dots, plus sign, 5 dots, 2 dots, diagonal lines to be S. Okay.
I'm at my wit's end. Oh my goodness, my brain is moving.
Mhm, mhm.
Uh,
T
Where's
H E. I'm at my wits end. The
Okay. So then let's start
no,
writing
that's
down
not.
words.
If oh yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm
So
at my
now
wit's
we can-
end. The accurate.
So lower, that's I. Yep. Okay, that's correct.
Hey, wait a
And-
minute. Let's all go into a room and privately discuss this instead of openly in front of that red lady.
Yes. Okay. Right. Well,
no,
I'm still in my
I'm going to be
cage,
part of this
so-
conversation. Nice try.
This is a T, so not an N like I thought. First thought. That is an A. Okay, good. I'm at
The
Y, so this is Y.
DES
What?
DESIGN. The design is God, I'm good at this. I'm at my wit's end. The design is what? Is
It's too bad that this is in a photo because then we could. Actually, I have an OCR.
OCR is not going to recognize this as characters, Dad.
Yeah, well, mine might because I have one that does that.
That would be cheating because then it would just
Yeah, I
if
know.
it knows what font this is.
I
then
could.
you
The
would
reason I'm
just-
not giving you the Word document is because you can just highlight it and change the font.
Well,
What would be helpful, Mike?
Yep.
Actually, if you could take a screenshot of all the symbols in a random order, vertically in a single column, or even horizontally in a row. Just randomly put all the letters of the alphabet in a random order. And then we can
Okay, hold on.
Something like that.
Kind of like what Zach did manually.
Yeah,
But I
give me a
don't.
second.
I don't like paper and pencil. I guess I could do it. Forget it, Mike. We'll do it the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned
You
way.
look, you're all
Paper
working
pen.
on charcoal and the pages she's given you.
That's it.
Mm.
I got a.
Charcoal
I
pencil.
got a notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Eh,
Mm-hmm.
Just so not a paper guy.
I mean,
I can do this.
we could open up like a hold on. I bet there's a way. There's Google Docs we can
Do
do
like a
this.
Google Doc or something.
Yeah. Hold on.
Space.
Oh, except I'm not gonna be able to.
It's all right. We can figure this out.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
we need
it wouldn't be. It wouldn't let me do.
It's
Sword.
fine.
Well,
It's
no,
fine.
good.
We can do this.
All right.
sword with the plus at the bottom left. We don't know what that one is, or the bottom right. I mean.
So I've put 2 of the pages. Do you guys want all 4?
Not at this point.
Okay.
Let's work on the cipher first.
Personally. Yes.
So that's E, T, ooh, H. I figured out H. Okay.
Wait a minute.
It's likely H. Okay.
Why didn't? Hold on.
Alec, and I think the next word is the. Yeah, next word is the D.
It's designed. The design is. We've gotten that far.
Oh, damn it.
I'm at my wit's end. The design is, and now we're going to a letter that I haven't seen to find yet. But it ends in E. Let's see, those two are identical.
SS. It ends
So
in
we need to
SS.
figure out what this symbol is,
It ends in ESS.
and we need to figure out what
Yeah,
this symbol is.
ESS. ESS. It ends at ESS.
With
Oh, there
two
is?
of the
Okay.
same letters. Okay.
How you doing, Jeff?
Do we
Cool.
got- oh, it's got a W in there too.
Yes.
So-
I'm good. I'm letting the big brains work on this while
A
I'm
W
trying
is
to.
something ESS.
Something, something. It's something,
Okay.
something AW.
AW something ESS.
Mm-hmm.
The DM
Flawless.
is so. The DM is so happy right
Flawless.
now.
Yep, I like flawless because it's L. Yep, okay, good. So now we have L and F and W. We had W. We had W. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now we know.
Give
I'm
the
at my
players a
wit's end.
problem and let them figure it out and let them do how they're going to do to figure it out. This
The
is
design
wonderful.
is flawless. Dot dot dot.
This is a plus. This is an F.
And then we've got
This one's an L.
T
E.
something.
T underscore
L.
E.
W.
Yeah, you haven't come
E-
across that letter yet.
E blank E blank blank E T
A.
I
We do know that letter.
blank.
That's a Y. Oh no.
That's a Y.
Sword. That's a sword.
No,
an
it's
H.
not a Y.
It's an H.
It's an upside down Y. It's an H. No, it's not.
H. So it's gonna be TH. Right. Yep. TH. E. Up right. We don't have that one yet. Similar to an N. TH E. Something. E. TH E. Something something E.
W T.
E. Something something.
Where's
E.
It is an H. We do know H.
There. TH E. No. No.
T H.
Dave. TH E. Do we have a Y?
We have Y.
So it's not that. So it's not Dave. It's not there.
T H E blank
Blank. Blank.
blank
E.
E T I blank.
Blank L. Right. There's an LL.
Here is a random order of the 26 capital letters of the alphabet.
And then
I blank
LLY.
M
Theoretically.
L.
So the Y is the 4.1.
Yeah. I want to say C.
Yeah, theoretically.
Theoretically.
THEO. No, wait a minute.
No, that's too many
Can't be.
letters there.
Hang on. Too many cooks.
Yeah.
THE blank blank T I.
It's not a T.
It is an I. It is a T.
It's not. THE blank blank.
THE blank blank E.
Yeah.
T.
T.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought we were 2 letters back. Okay.
THE blank blank ET
Yep.
blank
Wait, no,
A.
we have that. We have that one. That one's I.
No. T. Yeah. I. Excuse me. I blank ALLY. It's like one letter away from theoretically.
What?
THEOR.
Spell check.
What do you mean it's one? What do you mean it's?
No, it is not. THEORE. Yeah, it's theoretically.
It's
Okay, so we
theoretically.
know what O is. O is downright with no. O is upright with the single nubbin. And R is upright with the 4 nubbin. And C is upright with no nubbins. 2, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13. So we got 16 out of 23. Oh, the design is flawless. ... Theoretically.
Theoretically. Aha.
Okay. Next.
That's fine.
A blank. Wait a minute. Hang on. No, it's not A or blank. It looks like an A, but there's a dot on it. And then it looks like a T, but there's a dot under it.
The same letter as the first one on the second line.
What? No. Incorrect. After the word theoretically, there's a 3-letter word that is blank blank T. We don't know what those blanks are yet.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters.
What? No.
After
what?
theoretically, there's 5 letters.
After theoretically, there's a period.
Yes.
And there's an underscore, which is a space. And then there's 3 letters. There's what looks like an A, but there's a little dot next to it. Then there's what looks like a T, but there's a little dot under it. And then there's a T. So it could be B-U-T, could be but. I think that's probably the only thing it could be.
Likely.
Could be but or
Let's see-
not.
let's
No,
see
we
what
know
the
what N is.
Let's see what the next word is.
I think it's, yeah. So then we have
EA.
E,
C.
A, C, H.
Is that H? Yeah, H. It's H. Yep. EACH.
Each.
But I like that as being a pretty solid guess here.
Hang on, I didn't write
But each.
H. So I think it's but each. Let's confirm that later.
I'm
But
still gonna write it
each.
down though.
Yeah, because theoretically, TH. So it's going to end in an H.
Yeah, we know it's an 8. We know that whole word is each. We know all 4 of those characters.
Mm-hmm. Each.
And then that's the same letter as THER. That's R something.
No, that's O.
We don't-
T-H-E-O.
Do we have that?
T-H-E-O-R.
We have O. Yep.
So that's each one. Is that one? It's
Did I
one.
X out of? Wait.
O. We have N.
Each
we have
one.
A. Yep. E, N. E. Yep. Each one.
Of. I think that's an F. Yep.
Yeah.
Each
F
one of.
is to the bottom right. Yep. Of. That's F. Of.
Each one of my.
Yeah, same as the top line.
Down right is
E blank. E blank. Upright with 2 dots.
so, 2 dots.
Do we have that yet?
Ooh,
No.
Something
no,
E something.
You don't have that letter yet.
E blank blank.
E something something E. T-H-E-O-R. R. So E something
There's a way I
E-R.
could show this.
R. E R
E blank
I-
blank. E-R-I-M.
I L M M. Down right with a plus.
E
E. Upright
N
N.
A.
T.
Excuse me.
T.
T. T is correct.
And then that's lots of dots. Do you have lots of dots?
Yeah,
don't
we have that. We do have
you
that.
do have that one. Yep.
It's S.
That's S.
Experiments. So we now know X and P.
Okay.
So
X
the
is 3 with a
down
plus.
right, yeah, down right with 2 dots on the top
Is X.
is X, and P is upright
E
with 2
upright.
dots on the bottom.
Yeah, where's that? There it goes. Okay, yep. So
Each one of my experiments. So where are we with experiments? Right there. Do we have that symbol? Down right.
Yeah,
with
it's on the
F,
second line all the way to the left.
F A.
experiments.
It's the second, all the way to the second one to the left on the second line.
FALLS?
A L L S. Yep, that's
Yeah.
false. And then A.
F-R-O-M? No, F-R-O-F.
A P
Apart.
A
Part. A-P-A-R.
R. Yep. T
And then it's
And then it's just the word A.
A
Falls apart. A.
or,
And then
mm, D.
D.
Sorry, that's a grammatical
I-
error. There should be a T after that A.
Oh, falls apart at.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, that doesn't grammatically make sense.
D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-T. At different.
P.
No, that's not P.
What
The
is
2
it?
dots.
That's with the.
Oh,
bottom
sorry.
left.
It is.
That's
I
P.
didn't
That's okay.
write that
P.
down.
It's.
At different points, maybe?
Do we have O?
It's not O.
You have
Oh,
O?
it is. It is O. It's O.
Yeah, but that's not O.
I think it is.
Oh, that I'm on the wrong line. Every time I look down and look up, I forget what
I
line
know.
I'm
You
on.
forget, that's I'm leaving the cursor on. I know it's hard.
At different
P-O-I-
P-O-I-N-T-S points.
TS points. So it's I.
And then we have
M in
in
U. No, that's not U.
points in
What is U?
that's the.
T-H-E.
What is THE? Wait, why am I looking at U? Hang on.
And then we
U.
have S-T-A.
S-T.
Correct.
A
Hang on, just-
blank.
it's not U.
Well, we've seen that letter
I-
before.
We've seen it, but we don't know what it is. It's a blank right now. So it's S-T.
Because you guessed at it earlier and you were right.
It's way up top. It's a second from the bottom, about 5 letters to the left.
So the word is but, and that means this word is stability.
Is it?
No. STABILI. Stabilization. ZATION. Stabilization. So we learned Z,
Z
U, and B.
is.
So what letters
1,
don't
2,
you have yet?
3,
I think that might be the end of it.
1, 2, 3.
So
We just need a good key.
That's
U,
Z. Z is the one with all the dots, right?
Z is
I,
the one
O.
that's like
Yes. Okay. It's 313 plus 313 111.
plus 31311. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's count this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 20, 21, 22. We're missing 4 letters still.
I mean,
We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. We don't have J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, or V. We don't have V. Those are the ones we're missing.
okay.
We can work those though.
With that, let's see. Where is she? Actually, where am I? Let's get me back to roll 20.
Crack the code. That's fun.
I like a good cipher switch.
With that, she says she hears people coming down the hall, or you all hear like movement down the hall, to which she sort of shuffles you, Babbage, and you both into Babbage's old cell. So, assuming you go willingly or not, well, she'll grab you by the chains and drag you. Oop, nope, Bellarmine's still in there. I need to grab him. It sort of throws you in together.
Does this guy really write at different points in the stabilization point?
Say again?
Did this really say each one of my experiments falls apart at different points in the stabilization point?
No, that is not the last word.
I've lost my place.
You want to figure out that last word? I think you have all the letters.
P.
Yep.
Oh, HASE. Phase.
There you go. Yeah, with that, she kind of throws you both in the room and says, now be quiet. And then you hear a door shut.
There are more pages appeared behind my page that I had maximized on screen.
Oh, you'd asked for multiple.
Yes, Babbage wanted all the information. That was a ploy to get everything that she had, so that assuming I could decipher it myself, I would have then been able to get more info. That was the whole reason I wanted them. Which technically, I'm now alone with these extra pages, and I've cracked the code. So I'm going to assume that Babbage then reads all of this.
Here, we'll do this. Let's see, since Yu's in there with you. You see her scurry off.
Okay, you. Now that she's gone, this is what I think this all says. And when she comes back, we have no idea what this code could mean.
I pull out my slip of paper. I pull out my slip of paper with the soot way ahead of you.
I mean, she was there while you guys figured it out and was also like taking notes, but I appreciate the thought.
I'm gonna do everything I can. The design is...
Actually, for the sake of, I'll just let you go. For the sake of not leaving two people out, we're just gonna do this.
Oh, he's the Stormfather.
Wait, what? Oh.
Bah.
A little bit of light reading for you all.
Southern Isle.
Is it the most exciting thing for a thing that's displayed on the screen for the streaming of the internets? I suppose not, but here we are.
I'm trying to zoom in more.
Want me to read it to everybody? I can see it clear on my screen.
We all can except Jeff because he plays on a television.
So
Is it-
bondsmith. All right.
No, Jeff does not
I
play
just
on
I
a.
just said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Boston.
I
met
do
my
not
wits
play
end.
on
The
a
design is
television.
flawless. Theoretically.
I'm
But
on a
each one of
television.
my experiments
don't-
falls
I don't-
apart at
okay,
different
okay. I don't
points
wanna
in the
listen.
stabilization phase.
Well,
Perhaps
but
if I
bear in
brought...
mind, I think everybody's good. I don't think we need everybody to read it out loud.
Okay.
Are you good, Jeff?
I'm sure I'll figure it out soon enough, but no,
Okay.
I'm having trouble seeing it on my laptop screen.
You can just copy paste it to Jeff, yeah.
I can also.
You can copy paste it in like the notes to the handout too, right?
I could do that. Yeah, hold on. Let me grab the actual document. All right, let's put this back all out of my cipher font and get it out of.
Did you make your own font or did you find that?
No, I made my own font.
Well done.
Wow, nicely done.
That's part of the. That's like I was kind of stressing because I didn't think I'd be able to do it fast enough. That's why it's all pixely. I would have done a better job of like making something fancier, but I was in a rush.
No, it doesn't even look pixely. It just looks like that's a font.
Yeah, no, it was great.
There
Yeah.
is actually a logic to it too. You guys didn't go that route, but there is a logic to it. Let's see. Edit. Notes. That. What the hell? Oh.
Wait, what's the logic? So you.
So if you're curious,
Oh,
all right, I have
adding
updated it with
dots
the
for
actual.
WXYZ. See that?
So I had told you that it was related to the schools of magic. So the 8 schools of magic for 5e are abjuration, A, that's the line pointing straight up, right?
Is that a question?
B.
Yes, it is.
So A and then 1 dot is B. So pointing straight up and a dot is B. The schools are abjuration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, illusion.
Abjuration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, illusion.
Yes.
And then each letter between the starting
Yes.
letter of each school of magic adds a dot until you get to the next letter that is a school of magic, which changes the direction of the character.
Correct.
I like it.
I kind of thought you would. I thought you guys were gonna. I mean, I tried to like point to like school of magic. Like he's really big into the schools of magic. That's what I was trying to.
Well,
point you at,
I
like-
immediately after you said that, I was looking through the hexadecimal system, which had them all listed as part of the categories.
Ah.
So then I was like, because that had like 0F, 0A, 0B, and I was like, maybe that's related. Like you kind of put me on a red herring without realizing it.
All right, that's fair. I mean, the only tricky one was that there's enchantment and evocation. I just thought like, okay, they'll be able to figure out that evocation is the V.
No, it was good.
So yeah,
Clever.
I kind of had that thought earlier this week, and I was like, wait, does that work? Is there enough space? Like, is it as ridiculous that like between 2 letters is like 10 of them, and it turns out like the most is 5, I think. So, or 6. So it worked out. So that was the cipher that he came up with for himself that you have all now decrypted, I guess. And you can now read it at your leisure.
I am. Excuse me.
I'm sure he'll see reason.
And then there were no more entries.
So I think the big takeaway here is the Crescent Isles.
Yeah, we've been there. We've been to the
We-
frozen wastes of the Crescent Isles.
Is that
That's
where we got our
saw like the
butts handed
portal
to
to
us?
the portal to Dragonland or whatever. Okay. Questions answered. We all know why we're here now.
Any thoughts, discussions, I don't know, queries, things that are confusing or
So Uldor, this great and powerful Oz, found he found the secret to cold fusion, and his apprentice said, "Yeah, but it would be easier if we just killed people to make it stable." And Uldor was like, "Yeah, but they clearly you're joking. That's not sustainable." And then he was not joking. And all of his followers are the people in red.
Who knew it was that simple?
Yay, Cliff Notes. So
So they used us to decipher the cipher, and now they're going to use our blood to power the cold fusion reactor.
But they don't know what the cipher
We need to remain
says.
indispensable to them.
We figured it
Quick,
out. but
everybody eat your
they don't
papers.
know. We figured it out, but they don't know.
well, she was there while you guys were figuring it out, so she also was like following along as you guys cracked it. So.
Frankly, I'm shocked and appalled that they couldn't just figure out a substitution cipher.
The DM wants to give you guys a puzzle. Gosh, she doesn't want to make it so that it takes like 4 sessions to figure out.
They just outsourced it to free labor. That's all.
Yeah. There you go.
Maybe there's a minimum IQ requirement for the sacrificial victims to make cold fusion work.
Right.
Hold on, let me think. So, do you know what do the PCs know at this point?
Hey, Mike, how did we do? Did you expect us to solve that faster, slower? What do you?
No, that was about the pace I was expecting, actually. I mean,
Okay.
I honestly thought you were gonna try to like figure out. Like I said, I thought I'd like
Reason it
because there
out?
was a I thought you were gonna reason it out instead of I guess
Brute force it.
Bruce force it. But I mean, hey, that's the beauty of
I
a
did
DM.
it
Is you throw a problem at the players, and they're like, let's see how they
Gonna
figure it
solve
out,
it.
and you guys just brute forced it, and I'm like, okay, there you go.
Okay.
You use context clues of punctuation and apostrophes.
Well, I mean, once we knew the punctuation was punctuation, that first word can only be "I'm."
Yeah, and then from
Yeah.
there you were able to. I mean, yeah, you forced your way through it. I mean, Jeff or Jim was like, "I'm at my wit's end." Is the first sentence was pretty quick, and I was like, it was probably very
Well,
obvious that I was just grinning uncontrollably over here. He's like, "By George, he's got it." But yeah, so Time passes. I don't know if you guys are going to try to do anything else with this information right now. If you guys have any actions you want to take.
I mean, we still can't
We're
cast
still locked
magic.
up.
We still don't have our things. If we try to wander, I'm sure we're being watched. I don't know what we would do except get knocked
Wait,
out again.
Where am I still in my cell though, or
Yeah.
am I out? Like,
No,
okay.
you're still on your cell. It was the way I was seeing this was like Babbage and Bellarmine were, or Babbage and you, although maybe not as much you, were sort of like going back and forth between you and Bellarmine.
I
here
see,
in
just
the
like kind of
hallway.
hanging out outside of our cells.
Oh, whoops. Hold on. That should be closed. There we go.
Hey, great job over there. Great job back there.
Just stick my hand out of the bars.
As you, I mean, like they're chained together, so it's like chink.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, the two of you and Babbage would notice, all the text alerts about the DNC. She's got a bunch of other papers on the table.
Oh yeah, definitely taking anything of value.
I mean, you have nowhere to put it, but
Oh, I'll figure it out.
I mean, there's
A prison pocket? What are we talking about
yeah,
here?
like what? Yeah.
Well, you gotta let me know what it is first.
Well, all right. So there's a bunch of documents. There's another journal.
An Oldor journal?
No, this one's
Oh.
actually I might have it. I have a picture of this one. Hold on. I actually thought I may have had a picture of this.
I like information.
Yes. Hold on. Let's see if I can. Ah, okay.
I'm like the Rocket Raccoon of the party. Like, just give me a minute with this junk and I'll make a gun.
Hold on. Let me grab.
Oh, I'm gonna get that on.
Meanwhile, I take the bolt and try to pick the lock.
I'm standing watch while Babbage rummages and rifles.
Very good. Actually, this would be Skeksis.
Just hanging out back here, guys. I'm good.
So this is the book that's sitting on the table. Oh, I didn't realize that was silly. The necklace is not there. And I should have.
Is that gem mana crystal blue?
It's a little of a no. It looks like it's a deeper blue.
All right.
See anything?
What's in it?
So as you go to open it with your manacled hands, like you try to open it, but it appears to be there's some sort of like you don't see a lock, but as you try to like open the pages, it appears that like it's physically not letting you open the book.
Magical lock.
So it would seem. There's several other. So there's.
Hang on. I might have a solution for this.
Oh.
I don't.
Okay. Yep.
I will. So I'm gonna tuck the book under my robes, so that it sits under the, like the armpit.
Okay.
I've seen this before.
Yeah, these are all. Yes, these are copies of, well, Uldor's designs, at least the mathematical theories and documents behind them. You have seen these before, but they do seem to be other. There's other scribbled notes across all of these with the ones that are on her table, seemingly trying to make sense of some of this.
Fair, fair.
So that's the other stuff you see on the table.
There's no new information here, yeah.
No. This is stuff you've seen before, but it is. I mean, it seems to. Not only have you seen this before, but you also may recall that you saw some of these in a dream once. But yeah, these are the concepts behind this. What did you guys call it? Cold fusion reactor. It's magical cold fusion, essentially.
Yeah.
So what? But actually, so the new information that I guess we'll say is the notes that she has scribbled on, especially number 2. Seem to be like some additional mathematical formulas tied to both number 1 and number 2, trying to seemingly cancel out several of the variables, as if she's trying to figure out how to undo it.
Adamantium.
Mm-hmm. No mithril, sadly, but yes, adamantium.
Yeah, I was looking for that.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's just note. There's nothing else on this table except notes.
Notes, documents. There is a inkwell and a quill, and some blank pieces of paper.
Yes, I accept.
So you've tucked the book like under your armpit, I guess, and then the inkwell and the quill pen. You're doing what with exactly?
I'm rolling up the lower part of my robe under itself like a French cuff, and then with the arm that's holding the book, my arm is down at my side, cupping the rolled up hem.
Okay.
That has the inkwell and parchment.
Oh, there would also be an abacus.
Oh, I really like an abacus. What's it made of?
Wood.
Wood beads on wood dowels in a wood frame.
Yes. You hear the the door unlock, and the woman comes back inside, or is coming through now.
You was wondering what kind of food you captors are gonna bring us.
I can see about
You was hungry.
I can see about something that's more friendly to your stomachs. I'll see what I can do. In the meantime, I need to get you back to your cell. And with that, she takes you and drags you this way. Last thing I need is to breed suspicion. Doop.
Mm-hmm.
You does something that is profane but fittingly desperate and plucks a leaf from one of the plants to bring back into his cell.
Ah! Very good.
I am Groot.
With that, she says, "Your help is appreciated. You shouldn't be waiting too long." With that, she steps out.
Waiting too long for what exactly?
You sits down and starts petting a non-existent who.
Oh, that's sad. She walks in. You hear a loud, slam on a table. And goes, and then opens the door. Grabs the chains that you're attached to and pulls you off of the bed.
This takes a lot of brain power to crack ciphers. What are you waking me up for?
You're the only person besides the fur blog that could have possibly taken it. Give me my journal back. You're not going to be able to open.
I cannot believe that you would steal a journal. We should go talk to him right now. I'll come with you.
Roll a dex save from me since she pulled you off the bed to see if you actually keep it hidden. The DC of 12.
Saves are not at disadvantage.
So the pulling of you sort of makes the stuff clatter onto the floor. To which she goes, "Nice try."
Hey, you left all this stuff in my bed. You gotta stop leaving things in my bed while I'm sleeping.
You could have just asked. And with that, she picks up the stuff. I'll see about getting you some food. Walks out, closes the door. You hear it lock, and noises happen over the door. Okay. I will skip the part where she actually brings you guys like a decent meal of bread and like a small pile of sort of like spinach. And she manages to get you guys like full cups of water.
Sorry, I missed the part where you said decent.
It could have been kale, okay? It could have been kale.
Grable, you're getting food?
Protein.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to eat kale without dressing? It's very coarse. It's not fun.
I can't say I have.
You ever hear the biggest consumer of kale prior to the recent health boom of kale was Pizza Hut? You hear about
What?
this? Yeah, Pizza Hut bought the most kale in the world for a very long time because they used it as decoration in their buffet.
Yeah. They used to surround all of the bowls with just fresh kale. Ruby Tuesday's buffet had the same
Funny.
thing. They had kale.
Huh. All right. That's as far as I really have prepared for the evening, gents. I didn't know how long the cipher was going to take, and I want to make sure you guys have plenty of time to do it. So, and I know that
I'm still rattling the bolt in the lock, trying to unpick the
Oh,
lock.
sorry about that. I will make a note of that and record it for. Let's. Well, no, do this. Let's do. I mean, you're using a bolt to pick
Might be
a lock.
Might be a thin bolt. You know.
I mean, it's possible. Roll a. I'm gonna make it a DC 17 sleight of hand check, which is a disadvantage. So, but it's possible. So roll a sleight of hand for me, Babbitt or Bellarmine. Roll a well, it's a disadvantage, so that's close, but not quite. So you think you actually thought you think for a moment that you actually may actually have the lock, sort of like some of the pinions caught with the bolts, but then it manages. But then you realize that it's just too short for you to be able to get it all the way into the lock to actually disengage it, despite the fact you managed to jimmy the pins, some of the pins enough. All right, so with that, I'm going to call it a night. I know somebody had I think Jeff had a soft start.
Jeff had a soft start for 11, so
yeah, so
good.
we're getting close to there. So hopefully you all enjoyed the cipher in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's good.
So I like throwing puzzles at you guys when I can, even if it's in a prison scenario. Okay. With that, we'll say goodnight to the internet, and we'll figure out what our next session is.